Today we will discuss about chapter 3 coordinate geometry. So in this chapter we are having Cartesian system. So first we should know what is the Cartesian system. So observe, Cartesian system describes what? Cartesian system describes the position of a point in a plane. So what? Cartesian system describes the position of a point in a plane. We are having one plane, and on a plane we are having one point. We want to know position of that point, then we will use Cartesian system. Now what about the Cartesian system? It is describing the position of a point in a plane, but how we will make a Cartesian plane? What will be its reference? So in this chapter first we should know these things, then we can do some questions of a exercise. So in this class I am taking introduction of the Cartesian system. Different terminologies we will discuss. Then in the next class we will discuss exercise questions. So listen carefully. What is this? Cartesian system describes the position of a point in a plane. So for this system we are having one plane and one point is there. We want to position of that point, so we will use this system. And how we will describe position of that point? What we require? There are two perpendicular lines. In this system we are having two perpendicular lines and a point is located by referring them. Listen carefully. Cartesian system having two perpendicular lines, and what are these two perpendicular lines? Already we studied in the chapter 1 number system, and number system starts from a number line. Yes or no? We studied in the introduction of the number system, and starting point is what? Number line. So what is a number line? Number line is a line having numbers. And what sort of the numbers we are using in a number line? Number line having positive numbers, 0 and negative numbers. Listen carefully. Two types of the number line we are having. One is the horizontal line. This is what? Horizontal number line. And this is what? Vertical number line. Listen carefully. Number line having numbers. Three types numbers we are having: positive numbers, 0 and negative numbers. And there are two types. One is the horizontal number line, one is what? Vertical number line. What are the use of these number lines? By using these lines we will draw what? Coordinate system. Clear? So how we will draw? First we should know this is what? Number line, and it is having 0. 0 left of this one, this left of 0 is what? Towards the left of 0 we are having negative numbers. Listen carefully. Same numbers we will be used in a coordinate system, Cartesian system. Clear? So towards the left of 0 we are having negative numbers, and towards the right of left of 0 is what? This one is the left, and this one is what? Right. Towards the left we are having negative numbers, and towards the right we are having positive numbers. Clear? Above the 0 we are having positive numbers, and below the 0 we are having negative numbers. Listen. Above the 0 we are having positive numbers, below the 0 we are having negative numbers. In the direction basis we also studied what? Towards the north we are having positive numbers. Towards the south we are having what? Negative numbers. Towards the west, this is the west direction. Towards the west or towards the left, we are having what? Negative numbers. Towards the east, we are having what? Positive numbers. So towards the west, we are having negative numbers. Towards the east, we are having positive numbers. Clear? So this is all about the number line, not new things. But what is the use of this number line? Two types number lines we are having: horizontal number line and vertical number line. Clear? Once we intersect or place, listen carefully, once we place this vertical number line on the origin of this horizontal number line, listen, once we place this vertical number line perpendicularly on the horizontal number line at a 0. Listen what I am saying. Once we place this vertical number line perpendicularly 90 degree, at the 90 degree, once we place this vertical number line perpendicularly on the horizontal number line at 0, then we are getting a system that is called coordinate system or Cartesian system. This one, like this we are getting. Once we put this on the 0 perpendicularly, then we are getting this system. Clear? There are two perpendicular line, one and this one. They are intersecting one time at the origin. Origin we can say this point. This and this, both 0 are intersecting perpendicularly. So that point is called origin. Clear? And what will be the coordinate we'll discuss later. First we should know how we are getting this system. This is a Cartesian system. How we are getting? So we are putting this vertical line on the horizontal number line at 0 perpendicularly, then we are getting this one. Clear? So numbers will be changed or as it is? Well, we are just putting, then how will be number changed? We are putting this to there. So whatever number position is there will be same as a number line. We are having negative there, it means the number line also having negative towards the left. So there will be no change in the sign of the number. Above the 0, we are just putting to there. It means we are not changing the numbers. Positive will be there as a number line. Negative will be there as a number line. So negative, this is the 0. So negative will be left of 0. Positive will be right of 0. Positive will be above the 0 and negative will be below the 0. Clear? Now, then what we want? This is what? This is Cartesian system. We draw a Cartesian system, and in Cartesian system we are having two perpendicular line and a point is located by referring of them. Clear? So what again I am reading? Cartesian system describes the position of a point in a plane. This is the system, Cartesian system. It is used to describe the position of a point in a plane. This is the plane. We drawn what? Cartesian system. Now some points are on a plane. Then how we will describe position? Then we will use this Cartesian system. And how we are drawing this one? We are putting vertical number line 90 degree at the 0 of horizontal number line. Then we are getting this one. Clear? So I hope you are getting. Normally I am showing meaning of a Cartesian system and how we are getting this system. Simple. It is coming from the horizontal number line and vertical number line, and both are intersecting at 0 perpendicularly. Then we are having this one. Clear? Now this horizontal number line is what? Listen, this horizontal number line is what? X-axis. Two axes we are having. This horizontal number line is called what? X-axis. X-axis. What is the name of this x-axis? X dash. X dash is what? X-axis. And vertical number line will be what? Y dash. Y dash will be what? Y-axis. So we can say, we draw this one Cartesian system, and this system is having two axes. One is the x-axis and one is what? Y-axis. Clear? X-axis is what? Horizontal number line, and Y-axis is what? Vertical number line. Vertical line is the Y-axis and horizontal line is what? X-axis, and its name is what? X to x-axis. X-axis, and this is what? Y-axis. We are taking positive this side now, so we will use x-axis, Y and Y-axis. Clear? So we studied what about the axis? X-axis and Y-axis combinedly, what we are saying? Axis. Listen, the axis divides the plane. What? The axis. Axis means what? It is the plural of axis. Axis, its plural will be what? Axis. So we can say x-axis and y-axis, or combinedly we can say x-axis and y-axis combinedly we can say axis. The axis divides the plane into four parts. These two axes, x-axis and y-axis, divides this plane into four parts. How many parts we are getting? You can observe we are having four parts. So these two axes are, x-axis and y-axis are dividing this plane into four parts, and these four parts are called what? These four parts are called the quadrant. Listen, quadrant. These four parts are called what? Quadrant. Quadrant means, what is the meaning of the quadrant? 1/4 part. Quadrant is what? 1/4. 1/4 is called quadrant. So these four parts, x-axis and y-axis, these axes divides the plane into four parts, and these four parts are called what? Quadrant. Clear? Quadrant. So we are having four quadrants in a Cartesian system. Clear? Listen. And what is happening? What are the names of these quadrant? We are having four quadrant. This is the first quadrant. This is what? First quadrant. Second quadrant. We numbered of four quadrant is what? First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. And how we will decide? We will take quadrants, we will decide quadrants on the x-axis. Our base will be for deciding of the quadrant, or quadrant will be starts from x-axis. Sorry, not x-axis. X-axis is there, but this is what? OX. So we will take quadrants anti-clockwise. We will take quadrants anti-clockwise from OX. We will number, listen carefully, we will number these quadrants anti-clockwise from OX. Listen, how we will number? We cannot say anyone to first quadrant. No, we will number these quadrant from OX to anti-clockwise from OX. So this will be direction will be what? Anti-clockwise. This is the anti-clockwise direction. Clear? So we will number these quadrant anti-clockwise from OX. This is what? OX. From this 2 we are taking number. We are giving number. This will be what? First. So this is what? First quadrant. This is what? Second quadrant. This one is what? Third quadrant. And this one is what? Fourth quadrant. Clear? So we are having 4 quadrant. We numbered anti-clockwise from OX. Clear? Now, so what we are studying? How we are making Cartesian system and what are terminologies we will use in this system. So one by one we are taking these all points. This plane, how we are having this system on a plane. We are having this system on a plane. So this is a what? One plane, and this plane is called what? Cartesian plane, coordinate plane, or XY plane. This is what? This is a Cartesian system. Okay, Cartesian system, we are having 2 perpendicular lines. They are intersecting each other perpendicularly at origin, and we are having 4 quadrant, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Clear? But this is a one plane. We are getting one plane, and this plane is called what? This plane is called Cartesian plane, coordinate plane, or XY plane. 3 names we are having. So what is the name of this plane? This is a one plane, and what is the name of this plane? Cartesian plane, coordinate plane, and third one is what? XY plane. We can say this is the XY plane, this is a Cartesian plane, this is a coordinate plane. Clear? So these are 3 names of this plane. And how we are getting this plane? Once we put vertical number line at 0 of horizontal number line, once we put vertical number line perpendicularly at 0 of horizontal number line, then we are getting this one, this plane we are getting. And this is what? Cartesian system. This complete is the Cartesian system, and this is plane is called what? Cartesian plane, XY plane, coordinate plane. Clear? Now next one is what? The axes are called coordinate axes. Listen carefully. In this plane we are having this plane is called Cartesian plane, coordinate plane, or XY plane, and these two axes, clear? X axis and Y axis are called coordinate axis. They are what? Coordinate axis. X axis and Y axis combinedly what we can say? Coordinate axis. This name you should be memorized. Sometime it may be asked in the objective questions. What is the name of axis of coordinate plane? So coordinate axis. Clear? So what axis? These axes are called what? Coordinate axis. The point of intersection of the axes is called the origin. 2 axes we are having, x axis and y axis. Intersection point is what? This is the x axis, this is the y axis. Intersection point is this one, and this is called what? Origin. Intersection point is what? Origin. Intersection point is called origin. And the coordinates of the origin are what? What will be the coordinate of this one? Coordinate of origin. Coordinate of origin will be what? 0, 0. 0, 0 are the what? Coordinates. Coordinates. Listen carefully. What we are doing? Point of intersection of axes. Intersection point of x axis and y axis. Intersection point is called what? Origin. Then what are the coordinates of this origin? So that there, what is the x-axis and y-axis? X coordinate and y coordinate. Listen, in the bracket, coordinates we will write in a bracket. Coordinates are placed in brackets. We will put coordinates in a bracket. So we will use this bracket for writing coordinates like x comma y. And how we will write coordinates? Listen, coordinates writes or place coordinates write in bracket. And how we will write? First we will write x coordinate, then y coordinate. So we will place coordinates in a brackets, or in a bracket we are having x comma y. First we will write x coordinate, then we will write y coordinate. What is this? X coordinate and y coordinate is what? What we are studying? We want the position. We started from what? Cartesian system describes the position of a point. Listen, it is describing position of a point in a plane. This is a plane in which we are having some points. We want to find position of that point. So position of that point, how we will write? In a bracket and x comma y. X comma y means first we will write x coordinate, then comma we will write y coordinate. Clear? In this way we can write the position of that point. Clear? Getting or not? What we will do? We want to write the position of a point in a plane. So we will write in this way: coordinates place in brackets x comma y. X is what? X coordinate. Y is what? Y coordinate. But x comma y is what? That time this is positive, this is positive. Yes or no? X having positive, this is also having positive. It means x comma y will be what? It is in the first quadrant. But there is a minus, there is minus, there is plus. It means what? It will be in the second quadrant. And that time x coordinate is what? This one. Minus x is what? X coordinate. We will take this negative x axis. Clear? So we can say minus x axis. Negative x axis we will take. Observe, this is not hard, we can easily to understand. So listen, coordinates placed in brackets like x comma y. X is first one is what? X coordinate, and second one is what? Y coordinate. X coordinate is called what? Abscissa. X coordinate is in a plane. X coordinate, first coordinate will be what? Abscissa. And second coordinate, this one, comma this one. This one will be what? Y coordinate, and it is called ordinate. This y coordinate is what? Ordinate. Clear? Positive along x coordinate, how we will write? Positive along the positive direction and x of x axis, and negative along the negative direction. So x coordinate will be positive along a positive direction and negative along a negative direction. Clear? We will write coordinate in a bracket x comma y. X will be positive in a positive x axis and x will be negative in a negative x axis. And y coordinate will be positive along a, listen, positive along the positive direction of a y axis. This y ordinates will be positive along the positive direction of y axis and negative along the negative direction of negative axis, negative along the negative direction of y axis. Clear? So it's not hard, we can easily to understand these all things. So what we are doing, we want to write what coordinates. I am drawing one xy plane. This is the xy plane. This is what? This is the x-axis, x dash. This is y or y dash. 1 2 minus 1 minus 2, 1 2 minus 1 minus 2. Clear? Minus 1 minus 1, and this is minus 2. Clear? This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Now I want to show what? I want to show 1 comma 2. I want to show this coordinate 1 comma 2. How we will show this one? 1 is what? X coordinate. Y is what? 1 is what? X coordinate. It is called abscissa. And y is what? Y coordinate is what? 2. So where we will show this one? 1 is the positive now. So this will be there. Positive axis 1 is there. First this is showing x axis. X, and this is showing y. So first we will take x axis. First number we will take on the x axis. Listen, first number, this coordinate, x coordinate, this is what? X coordinate. So we will use x axis. This is y coordinate, so we will use y axis. Clear? You will follow this process. Whatever there, if there is minus 1, minus 2, then first you will follow x axis. Minus 1 will be what? X axis, on the x axis, and this is minus 2. This will be what? Y axis. So first number you will observe x axis. For the second number you will observe y axis. Clear? X comma y. So I am writing x comma y. So now I want to show 1 comma 2. How we will show? Where is the 1? First we will observe x axis. So x axis is this one. 1 is there. Clear? X is 1, y is what? Y is what? 2. Then 2. How we will observe 2? 2 is the positive. Both are negative. In the downward we are having negative number. Above we are having positive. This is the 2. So where is the point? It is going like this. Yes or no? Yes or no? We are having 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2. So this is the origin 0. So 1 is there. First we will observe x axis. 1 is there. Then y axis. Y axis what number? We are having 2. 2 is there. So we will observe this one. So x axis 1 and 2. Both are meeting there. So this is what? 1 comma 2. And this is what? Position of. This is showing this point. Suppose this point is A. A is a point, and its position. Its position is what? 1 comma 2. Clear? So Cartesian system describe the position of a point in a plane. This is a one plane. We want to describe the position of this point in this plane. Then how we will describe? How we will draw 1 and 2? So this point is having 1 comma 2. It means what? It will be what? 1 on the x-axis. It will be, what will be its distance? It will be having this point. X point is this one and y point is this one. Listen, this point how we are getting? We are taking 1 from the, it is the 1 from, it is the 1 unit. Suppose this is the 1 unit. It is the 1 unit distance. 0 to 1, it is the 1 unit distance. So this point is 1 unit away from y-axis and 2 unit away from x-axis. So what is the position of this one? So this point can be what? This one is 1 unit away from 1 unit. This is the position. So 1 unit away from y-axis and 2 unit away from in a x-axis, 2 unit away from x-axis. This is 2 unit. The distance between this one and this one is 2 unit, and distance between this one is what? Length is what? 1 unit. So this way 2 we can say A is there. But one point we are having -1 and -2. This is showing x coordinate. So -1 is on the axis. We are having only one position. This is the -1. Listen, on the x-axis only -1 will be there. No other place is there. No other place for -1. On the x-axis -1 will be the what? Left of 0. So this is the -1. And what is the y coordinate? Y coordinate is -2. So we can say this can be coming like this. Yes or no? There will be what? This is -2. So this is point. So this will be what? B, and its coordinate is what? -1, -2. So this is the one point B, and its coordinate is what? -1, -2. Clear? So this is the position of B point in a plane, and it is 1 unit away from a -1 unit away from a y-axis, and -2 unit away from a x-axis. Then automatically we can understand what? Point B will be in a third quadrant. Point B will be in a third quadrant. So our task to study the coordinate geometry to find the position of a point in a plane. So these all terminologies are important to find the position. What? X-axis, y-axis, coordinates, plane. So I hope you are observing all the points. Now, so we can draw what? We can show the coordinates of we can show the coordinates on a plane easily, and this is the process of for showing coordinate. Now the coordinates of a point on the x-axis are x0 and y-axis are 0, y. Now again I am drawing a plane. Observe this plane. This is the x-axis and this is y-axis. This is the origin 1, 2. I am taking only one point, that is sufficient. Only one. 1, -1. 1, and there is what? -1. Now coordinate of a point on the x-axis. What will be the point on the x-axis? I am having one point there. There is a one point. Then what will be the position of this point? So this is what? X-axis. So first we will write x point. What will be the position of x? X is 1. X is 1. X is what? 1. And what is the position of y? Y is what? Y is this point having, or it is, what is the distance from origin? It is having 1 unit length from y-axis. This point is having 1 unit length from y-axis. But what will be? We are having this, its name is C point. We want its C point coordinates, and this is on x-axis. This C point is where? On the x-axis. So first we will write x coordinate, then y coordinate. So this is where? On 1. So we will write 1, comma, y is what? We are having, it is any other point above the 0? No. Below the 0? No. It is on the x-axis. It means y point will be 0. So 1, 0 will be what? 1, 0 will be coordinate of 1, 0 will be the coordinates of C point. Clear? Yes or no? 1, 0 will be the coordinate of C point, and we can say what? The coordinates of a point on the x-axis are x, 0. Simply, if any point we are having x-axis, then its coordinates will be what? X, 0. Listen. If you are having doubt, directly memorize this one. If point on the x-axis, x, 0, we will write only x coordinate. What? We will write only x coordinate. And x coordinate, how we will write? By observing where is the point. If point is there, it means it is 1. If point is there, then what will be its coordinates? I am having another point on the x-axis. There is the 1 point, and what is its coordinate? X comma y. X is what? -1. Y is what? 0. Or we will write on the x-axis x comma 0. Clear? Now another one on y-axis. If we are having point on the y-axis, I am having 1 point there. Listen, I am having 1 point on the y-axis. Then how we will write? This point is where? Away from 1 unit, -1 unit from a x-axis. So its coordinate will be what? 0, -1. Yes or no? This is the y-axis. So there is what is the x coordinate? Will be 0, and y coordinate will be what? -1. Getting or not? You are having any x coordinate for this point? No. This is on y-axis. This is on y-axis. So how there will be the x coordinate? So x coordinate is what? 0. And y coordinate, where y coordinate will be what? Point where the point is given us. That number where we are having point. Clear? So we are having -1. Point is where? -1. So this will be what? -1 will be what? Y coordinate. But x coordinate will be what? It is a y-axis. So y-axis x coordinate will be 0. So normally we can say y-axis having 0, y. Observe carefully. X coordinate will be what? X-axis we are having x, 0, and y-axis we are having what? 0, y. If you are having doubt, directly you can write on the x-axis x, 0. X how we will find? By observing what point we are having. And y-axis, what? We are having point on the y-axis. It means we will write 0, y. And how we will write y? By observing. By this point on -1. If we are having point there, then what will be its coordinate? Its coordinate will be what? This is the y-axis. So x coordinate will be 0, and y coordinate will be what? 1. This is the process of finding the coordinates. So I am explaining all possibilities for reading or writing coordinates of a point in a plane. If point is on x-axis, then y coordinate will be 0. If point is on y-axis, then x coordinate will be 0. If point is in first quadrant, then both coordinates will be positive. If point is third quadrant, then both coordinates will be negative. If point is in second quadrant, then first coordinate will be negative and second coordinate will be what? Y coordinate will be positive. If point is in a fourth quadrant, then what we can say? X coordinate is positive and y coordinate will be negative. So sign of coordinates in a quadrant will be how? So in the first quadrant we are having this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So how we will write the coordinates? In the coordinates we will write first x, y. So what is the x? X is positive. Y is what? Positive. So in the first quadrant we are having plus. In the second quadrant, first we will write x coordinate, then y coordinate. What is the x-axis? X-axis is negative x-axis. So we will write negative, and y-axis is what? Positive. So minus plus will be in the second quadrant. In the third quadrant, how we will write coordinates and sign of the coordinate? Sign of a coordinate will be what? This x-axis, first we will write x and then y. So axis is negative and y-axis is also negative. So minus will be in the third quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, first we will write x then y. So in the fourth quadrant, first positive, this is the positive and this is negative, so we will write positive, negative, plus, minus. So this is also very important for identifying the quadrant. Clear? Now last point is there. If x is not equal to y, then x minus y is not equal to y comma x minus y is not equal to y minus x. Listen, what is the meaning? If we are having 1 comma 2, x is 1, y is 2, it is not equal to 2 comma 1. We cannot change each other. This is the x and this is the y. So how we can change this one? So 1 comma 2 we cannot write 2 comma 1. Both are not equal. Clear? If x, listen, if x is not equal to y, we are having x and y two coordinates. If x and y is not equal, then we cannot say x y coordinate will not be equal to y comma x, but both are equal, like this. If we are having 2 comma 2, then we can say 2 comma 2 same, so we can write if x comma x equal to y, if x and y both are equal, then there will be no difference, both coordinates are same. Clear? So we cannot change x comma y is not equal to y comma x. Clear? When both are unequal. If both are equal, then we can write anyway. Clear? So I hope you understand this. This is the easy point, no problem. So in the introduction of the coordinate geometry, we are discussing all points which are linked to our chapter 3. And if you learn all things, I am giving you guarantee you can solve all the questions based on coordinate geometry. Clear? So we started from number line, then we are getting what? XY plane, and XY plane is also called what? Cartesian plane and coordinate plane. And in this plane we want to show position of a point, and position of point how we will show? X comma y. This is what? Coordinates, and it is what? Coordinates. X coordinate is called abscissa and y coordinate is called ordinates. Clear? We are having 4 quadrants. This is the horizontal number line and this is the vertical number line intersecting perpendicularly at 0, and this point is called origin, and its coordinates will be what? 0 comma 0. Its x point is 0, y point is 0. X comma y, x is 0, y is 0. Clear? And this is the x-axis and this is y-axis. These axes are called coordinate axis. These are two axes, x-axis and y-axis, or combinedly we can say these axes are called what? Coordinate axis. And we are having 4 quadrants. First quadrant, both coordinates are positive. In the second quadrant, x coordinate is negative, y coordinate is positive. In the third quadrant, we are having both coordinates are what? X and comma y will be what? Negative. In the fourth quadrant, x will be positive and y will be what? Negative. Clear? After this one, if we are having any point 1 and 2, how we will give the position? By how we will show that point on xy plane. So we will take x as a 1 and 2 as a y. Then meeting point will be what? This point. And for -1 and -2, we will take x as a -1. -1 will be there. Y is what? -2. So this point and this point where they are meeting there. So this is the position. This is the position of -1 -2 on in a plane. In this plane. In this plane, what is the position of this point? It is in the third quadrant. Clear? And this point is where? It is in the first quadrant. If we are having point on the x-axis, it means what? C and this point on the x-axis, so we on the x-axis we will take x coordinate or okay, only. Y coordinate will be what? 0. On the y-axis x coordinate will be 0, x coordinate will be 0, or we will take y coordinate. Clear? If x and y both are equal, then we can write like this. We can change x, y and y, x, but both are unequal, then we cannot change x and y, y and x. Clear? So I hope you understand all the points. So you revise this class. That's all about this class. Thank you so much.